Hey, happy Monday, June 12th. Was letting that summertime run for a little bit, hoping we had more people on, but maybe you guys were on this call last week. But it's very important, right? So we record these. So if any of your colleagues didn't happen to catch the previous training calls for these store audits, it's serious, right? What we've heard is Boost is going to do audits. They actually started last week. I've already been copied in on some. I called one door to tell them. They're like, yeah, they're doing one right now in my store when I called them. So these are going on, right? And Boost is going to be honest. They're not going to really protect you on these mistakes, but you need to fix them. So if you have errors the first time, it's a slap on the wrist. But if they come back and see that same error the second time on these store audits, there are good possibility of being penalties involved. I don't know the exact penalties, so I don't want to go too much into that side of it, but there will be penalties involved if you are not compliant after what has addressed that needs to be fixed gets fixed. All right, so thank you guys so much for hopping on. With that, I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys see my screen and can you hear me okay?
We've got you.
All right, so let me hop into this brand standard. So this is in a PDF. So I got this is the exact deck that Boost covered. So I have it in a PDF form, so I'll go through it with you guys. So we'll talk about that intro to 2023 brand standards, store appearance, customer experience, merchandising and branding, employee experience, escalations, and then wrap-ups, right? So why are they doing this? The why behind the what. And there's three things. There's the customer experience, the benefit of improving customer experience, and retail channel opportunity. So the customer experience side, they need to make sure that how a customer perceives your brand and exposure to it matches what Boost wants. And this has been the theory really for years now, right? When we went away from every store could go rogue and have your store however you want it to 4.0s, we went to 4.0s because we want every store to look the same. If you go to a store in Cleveland, if you go to a store in St. Louis, Texas, Michigan, Illinois, no matter where you go, you should have that same look and feel, just like if you went to a Best Buy or if you went to a Walmart, right? It's that brand experience and that customer experience. So we want to make sure you have that correct look and feel in your store. And when your store looks right and you have all these things that are really pretty basic, that should be easy to control. So if there's a miss, it should be easy to fix. If your store fails, then I would say, honestly, that's a big shame on you, right? I'm like, should I say that word? Yeah, shame on you. If your store misses on these, shame on you, because this is easy stuff to get these points. And you're working these stores every day. So this should be very easy for you guys to complete and have amazing scores. You want the benefits of improving that customer experience is going to drive that revenue and customer lifetime value, which we know CLV, customer lifetime value, is huge now with comp changing to looking at 6 months and more instead of just 3 is very important. It increases the brand value and promotes that customer loyalty and advocacy where your customers are going to promote for you. And they're going to say, hey, this store gave me a great experience. I worked with Tom. He was awesome. Go in and ask for him. He'll take care of you. And then the retail channel opportunity, they want to make sure that the brand locations are doing their best to adhere to brand standards. They take responsibility as a field team to see through the correction of branding misses. So that's why they're going to be accurate, right? They're not going to cut you a lot of slack. Like, let's say 5 years ago when we were big on these audits, it was, if we can fix it here, we'll fix it, and we won't mark you down. It might not be so lenient this time. If you got a rep that's willing to work with you, maybe they can help. But they're supposed to give you the score of what they see when they walk into your location. And they put that message out there to the Boost sales team and our sales team. When you see something, say something. If the issue persists or isn't resolved, it's an escalation, right? So this is serious, guys. So it started in June. We saw it last week. Every branded door. So if you're a branded Boost location or a PBR, or whatever the case may be, you're going to get a brand standard assessment every month. So it's not just a June thing. It's an ongoing thing. So if your store got audited this month, which they call it brand standard assessment because it sounds better than an audit, but it's an audit, right? That's what it is. So whatever terminology you want to use, it's an audit of your store. If they say brand standard assessment makes it sound a little better, okay, I can roll with that. But that's going to happen this month and every month. So your boost rep is going to complete one of these brand standard assessments at your location for all your doors this month and every month moving forward. TBD until they say they're not going to do this anymore, right? So they're going to work with you guys to fix what can be fixed while in the store that day. Want to remind you that boost reps and DCI, there's not a cleaning service. You guys should be focused on your merchant planogram. One of the things that I used to see, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, right, is when boost reps would come in and they would be like, oh, here's your pack out. Let me put your pack out for you. That's not the case anymore, right? That is your store's job. If you're an employee in a store and you get a pack out and that's not opening your store, you're not doing your job. Open your pack outs, put your stuff up according to planogram. That's the very basics for working a job. You think about it, even any gas station, you go to any like Casey's or whatever, when they get stuff in, the rep doesn't put the stuff up. It's the employees, right? You got to merchandise your own stores. So when you get that merchandising in, put it up. Don't leave it in the back. Don't give the excuse, well, I wasn't here yesterday. I heard that one a lot. Whoever's working needs to put that stuff up as soon as it comes in. We want to be brand ambassadors, not the brand police, right? So for the AEs, they want to leverage the relationship with you guys, but it's your job to have everything up and correct. Now, on this brand standard assessment, it's 100 points total, right? 35 questions, 4 categories totaling 100 points. You have to get at least 80% to pass. If your store is not open upon arrival, it's an automatic fail. Now, where is that important? If your store is not open on Sunday, this is kind of a separate category. But if your store is not open on Sunday, you're going to fail as well. But if your store is not open, your booster doesn't know about it, or you don't have an exception, you're going to fail this audit or brand standard assessment, right? So make sure you guys are open during your required business hours. And just a reminder, you must be open on Sundays. This is super, super important. If there's one thing you take away from this call, aside from what your store needs to look like, your store must be open on Sundays. If you are not, you are at risk of losing your store's residual for the entire month. And with the comp change moving to residuals, this is going to be a huge financial impact. So if you're not open on Sundays, do what you got to do to change that. There is no leeway. There are no excuses. You must be open on Sundays. All right. So over the 100 points, 21 is towards your store appearance, 35 points towards your customer experience, 24 to merchandising and brand standards, and 20 points for employee experience. And we'll break those down. And then we'll skip a couple of these guys that are more for the bootstraps. But store appearance, here's where I really want to focus, right? I want to focus on what things will impact you the most, or what can lose the most points for your store. So if you look at the slide for store appearance, is the store clean and clutter-free? Windows, door signage, exterior trash from the store. That's a 4-pointer. Is your interior does not have any like trip? I'm sorry, is there a question? Go ahead. And as always, if there are any questions, you guys can stop me anytime. All right, no questions. So they'll be looking like exterior signage. Does your signage work? Does your signs light up? Are you free to clutter? The light box is up and ready. If not, let us know. We can help you get the links to get the stuff to get your light boxes taken care of. Is your flooring in proper condition? Now, this may be important to you because we've had this layout out here, the 4.0s, for over 6 years now, right? So some of those floors may need to be repaired. Now's the time to repair them. Is your location free of ceiling damage? So this is a 2-point question, but it's an easy one to fix. If you got a tile that's messed up, fix your tile on your ceiling, right? Light fixtures working properly, no food and drink visible to customers. This is one I do see a lot, where you guys are like eating on your sales floor. Leave the food in the back, eat in the back when you get a break, but you don't want to have that out on your sales floor. And then another one on here, are there additional fixtures added? So with some stores closing, we see locations doing extra ottomans, chairs, or coffee maker, or mini fridge. Can't be on your sales floor. Here's an example of exterior signage not meeting the requirements. So If you have like an old logo, if you don't have the dish logo on there, if your stuff doesn't light up, these are some examples that may pass or may fail. But if your logo is too low or you don't have that updated signage, reach out to your booster to make sure it's compliant, and we'll help you get it resolved. Not only on your sign, but on your monument as well, right? So if you got a boost on your monument, that's fine. But if you got a monument sign that has that really old, like white Boost Mobile logo, no good. You need either the Boost Mobile logo that has kind of the dish sign in the middle of it, or there's the white one that has dish sign in the middle of it as well. And if your landlord restricts signs in your monument, that's fine. Just make sure you get an exception through your ISM, and your ISM can get you that exception. Exterior store, clean and clutter free. This is basically make sure you just have your what's accurate for Boost that you have up. You don't have any old posters. Our light boxes slash clings hung straight, and do the light boxes power on? Make sure your light boxes aren't crooked. Make sure they do power on. And again, if you need help with the source for your light box, let us know. We can help reach out to you for that. But those must work. Then we talk about the interior store being clean and clutter free. So the entrance and the window needs to be clean. Clean signs are on the window, no cobwebs, vacuum your doorway and your doormats, dust and clean your shelves and fixtures, vacuum, carpet, floors swept and mopped. Fixtures are clean, free, debris, fully functional, no tripping hazards, no loose power cords, and no stacks of accessories or Xfinity boxes. I've seen mountains of Xfinity boxes. No, those don't work, right? You guys can't have those in your stores. Approved flooring, so make sure nothing's damaged, everything's in good condition, no peeling tiles or trip hazards or dirty carpets. And then our walls clean and free from scuff marks or damage. These walls, again, you have store open for 6 years with this thing, with the current brain standards, right? And if you always had your ottoman against them, you're probably going to have some gray marks, right? Get some new paint and paint those up, clean them up. Make sure your POS stations are in good fixtures as well. Again, we talked about ceiling tiles. Make sure that you have no damaged or missing tiles. Water stains and discoloration. This is an easy one for you guys to check, right? So when you're in a store, look up. Do you have any ceiling tiles that look nasty? Replace them. It's not expensive, but you got to have them replaced. Also important that all light fixtures are on and currently functioning correctly. This is another one we see a lot. This is one where I see tons and tons of stores get marked down. Because maybe you have a light out. So check your lights. Make sure you have the, if you need to get new bulbs, again, not expensive. Make sure that your lights are working to give that professional look for your store. Free of any food and drinks. We talk about that. This is one I think I see a lot. Those should be in your back room. Should not be on the sales floor at any time. If I go to a point of the sales counter and I see a tray out with a meatball sub and some deviled eggs, we're going to have to talk about it. All right. And then again, we talk about no additional fixtures. All right. So let's move on to the next category, kind of the customer experience. And this has two big ones, right? So the other ones, they were all kind of like two points, 1 point, whatever. But the customer experience has two very, very big categories, which can fail you a survey. And that is the location selling only approved Boost products and services. That's a 10-point question. And are all the employees in proper dress code as outlined in the Boost brand standards, including approved name tag? That is a 10-point question. So of the 35 points in this section, that makes up, almost 2/3 of them, right? Just under, right? The other 4 points is do store employees actively protect customer proprietary information, so no customer information left out on display. Making sure that your in-store music is appropriate, which is 3 points. So if you're playing music, that's great, but no cuss words in your music. 2 points for your greeting. Hey, welcome to Bruce. How can I help you? Or, welcome to Boost. You're here for our promos. That's my favorite greeting, right? 2 points on accessory requirements. 2 points on making sure your store hours match what's on Google. 1 point for your addresses matches, and 1 point for your store phone number matching, right? So that's 35 points. Now, some of the easy ones here to fix, the 3 points, that Google validation. Check what your store is on Google. Look it up. Do your store hours match? Does the phone number match? You can call the store and see, hey, call the number. Is that your store phone number? If not, there's an issue and we need to fix it. If you're online, make sure your online requirements match up. For your in-store accessory requirements, remember there's no repackaging of Boost accessories, no bagged accessories, no bulk accessories. Accessories are organized and displayed appropriately. And then again, make sure your location is selling only approved Boost products and services. So no soda machines, no ice cream machines. Look around, make sure everything is appropriate. No selling CDs, DVDs, toys, lottos, cigarettes, pop candy, ATM. None of that is allowed in a Boost store. When it comes to your greeting, greet your customers within 10 seconds. Hey, welcome to Boost. How can I help you? Hey, welcome to Boost. You're here for our promotions. Hey, welcome to Boost. Are you ready to set up your ACP? Whatever greeting you use, it's just important you greet your customers. And the why behind that is people want to be acknowledged. I understand when stores are busy, but let's say your store is busy and you got 2 employees, you got 4 people in your store. Customer number 5 walks in. If you just keep your head down, you're focusing on your customer in front of you, and you're not acknowledging them, that customer's probably going to walk out. But if you say, hey, welcome to Boost, are you here for our promos? I'll be with you in just a minute. Giving them that acknowledgement will make them stay longer at your location so you can get the most out of the interaction. But interacting with them is super important. If you ignore them, they'll walk. If you give them attention, they'll stay. So that's an important guideline. You guys are on top. Now, this was a 4-pointer, right? Proper dress codes. You have to have a branded vendor approved t-shirt. If you don't have one, reach out to your DCI account manager. We can help hook you up. You have to have approved pants, either clean jeans or khakis, or business casual shirts, no open-toed shoes. And you also need a name tag. If you don't have Boost name tag with staff, let us know. We can help get those to you. Outermost layer must be Boost branded with the name tag. So when it gets cold, you guys have a sweater on. I hope it's a Boost sweater or sweatshirt, right? Because you have to have that Boost on the outside. In-store music, they have some suggestions. Basically, just make sure you're not playing a bunch of cuss words in your music and you'll be fine. Actively protecting your customer information. So that's making sure you follow the CIP guidelines, which you guys have all adhered to. Either shred or secure documents with receipts. Do not have that information out on your desktop. Like if you do an audit and someone comes to your store, Booster comes to your store and they're auditing you, and you have a customer phone number and PIN number, or customer receipt sitting out, that's an audit. If anyone in your public can come in and see that, that's an audit violation right there, right? So those need to be shredded or taken care of. So do not have that information out as it is part of your CIP practices. All right, moving on to merchandising and branding. The biggest one here is 24 points, so I'm focusing mainly on the huge ones, right? Are all devices displayed with an accurate pricing per the device hot sheet? That's 10 points. Next biggest one is the merch properly on display based on the merch grid. And then you have our all live demo devices powered on, charged, and free of damage. You guys can lose a lot of points in this section. And honestly, this is what I see the most violations on is, hey, are we missing a price tag? Are the phones lit up? Or is like, oh, no, I didn't charge it today, right? We got to get rid of those excuses because this is 24 points of the survey just on your merch. Properly displayed based on the merch grid. All phone pedestals in proper working order. If not, get them fixed. Are all devices displayed with accurate pricing? Get us a 10-pointer. Do you have a working color printer? Are all live demo devices powered on? So again, a 3-pointer. Is the channel B, a TV, reflecting an accurate message? Are you approving non-marketing messages and homemade signs? So when people cross promote with you, not allowed on your sales floor, right? That's not unless your ISM approves it, it's not allowed. Is our Boost mobile return policy flyer posted and customer facing the store? All right. So the merch grid, you guys have that out there every day. It's out there for you guys. You can see exactly what should currently be up in your window. You can examine all your merchandising. You want to make sure everything current is up in your store. Anything old must be taken down. Inspect your phones for damage and functionality. Make sure your customers can interact with the devices. If it's a live device, make sure it works and the alarm's not beeping, right? Make sure to display with accurate pricing. So if you have old pricing on your devices, that needs to be updated. You need to make sure you print off the most current pricing for your phones, and you have updated pricing for everything you have on your guys' sales floor. Make sure you have a working colored printer. We talked about that. Make sure your live demo device is on. We talked about that. Channel B. So if there's an issue with your channel B not playing the current promos, reach out to your Boost Field team and then give that link that they can because these should upload automatically. It should come automatically and give you the most current promotions. Then again, no non-approved signs, so nothing like something typed up. No exchange to refunds on accessories. No refunds on monthly bills. Not allowed, right? You can't have if door is locked, please head over to another door. Can't have that, or can't have on a Boost A-frame. Repair your crack or broken phones. You can't have that, right? It's not approved. The Boost Mobile return policy flyer posted and customer facing. Make sure that is out there in your location. You have the current one that talks about the phone setup, the auto reboost, and the cash, credit, or debit card auto top up options on there. Make sure that it is available in your locations. If not, reach out to your Boost account executive and they'll get them out there. Next, when it comes to customer experience, the big question here, which is 10 points, does the employee have their own unique logins to Elevate Web? Another huge one. This one actually has 3 big topics. Another huge one. 5 points. Do the employees know where to find the most commonly used links on Boost systems like Boost U, toolkits, hot sheets, and promo one-pager? The third one. Are employees knowledgeable on the below questions? What is needed to properly verify a customer is eligible for CIP? How do they check to see if a customer is eligible for ACP? What's the process for escalating a customer issue? What promotions are available for a customer who wants to add a line? So your bootstrap's going to ask your frontline reps these questions, and they need to know the answer, right? If you miss one of those, you lose the whole 4 points. It's not like you get 1 point per tick mark. And if your employees don't have their own login to Elevate Web, that's 10 points. It's going to hurt you so much. This is an easy one to take care of. Every rep must have their own login to Elevate Web. You can verify this for your store reps by watching them log into Elevate Web. Make sure it goes into their name. Make sure the name is associated with the account they logged into as well. Now, when it comes to having their unique logins for Boost U, you can observe them log into Boost U, which is our learning system, and make sure their name appears in the upper right-hand corner once logged in, so you make sure that rep does have a login. If not, you can get them a login, I believe, on the Volt, or reach out to your Boost account manager, and they create one for them. Make sure they know where to find the most commonly used Boost systems, like toolkits, again, device hot sheet, promo, one pager, etc. So that's all going to be on your homepage now under resources, document manager is where you're going to find that stuff. And then the knowledgeable questions. 4 questions to verify your reps are all fully competent on the offers. What do they need for customers that are eligible for CIP? If they don't know, educate them, right? Make sure that they get this. That's a huge, huge question. How do they see if customers are eligible for ACP? Again, very important. What's the process for escalating a customer issue? And what promotions are available for a customer who wants to add a line? All right, moving on. Brand escalations. So this is kind of the see something, say something quality. So this, if you see something that's not right, you either fix it on site, or if it's a major escalation, you're going to have a brand escalation submitted to your Boost leadership, right? And the escalation process, basically your Boost account is actually going to find the issue. They're going to log it in. It's going to go to their ISM who will address it and create a plan to fix it. And then hopefully we get it resolved. If it's not, it's going to get escalated, and we don't want it to go that far, right? The minor opportunities that are out there is dress code. Again, 10 points. This is one, I shouldn't say minor because these are your biggest points ones. Easiest fixes to help your score. Dress code, 10 points. CP&I violations. So customer proprietary information, keep that secured, 10 points. Non-boost products and services on your sales floor, 10 points. Customer pricing, 10 points. All right. So that's 40 points of your of these audits right there. So let me go through them again, just as a recap. Dress code, CP&I, non-boost products in your sales floor, and incorrect customer pricing makes up 40 points of your customer audit. All right. So make sure you get those taken care of. So there's a brand standard assessment help guide that's out there for you guys now. You kind of go through this, and your bootstraps will be covering it with you as well to make sure that you guys can be 100% complete on all this. Again, these started last week, so your store may have already been audited. If not, congratulations, you got ahead of it. And you make sure you are 100% set. I will send this deck out to your DCI account managers, so if you have any questions on it, they can forward it to you as well, so you have that full deck. And then there's your opinion matters, which is kind of like if you want to reply to it. And then just videos to help you help, nothing major there. But that's really all I have at this point. With that, I will open up. We got 2 minutes left. Are there any questions?